Sharks. We're here with Dante and Jools from GAN. How are you
Hello.
doing, guys?
We are great,
Yeah,
Now that we've had our first beer of the day, it's our day off, so we're looking forward to just getting tanked up and booze all day.
Okay, so it's a day off after quite a few good days where you played with the Darkness and the Cult.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had last week, last Wednesday, we had it was like a short notice. The Darkness asked us to come and play with them at a show in Glasgow, so we done that, and 2 days later we played with the Cult and the famous Barrowlands, which is a famous gig in Glasgow, and we done that. And then we've just done 2 shows, just 2 of our own little shows, like warm-up dates for before we go back onto the Cult tour. We played in Ipswich, and we played in Oxford last night, which was absolutely fantastic. So today's like a little day of press, and have a nice day in London, nice weather. And
What's the plan for the rest of the day in London? What do GAN do on the day off?
Well, we have to. We've got a lot of interviews to do we're in Paris tomorrow, so we're travelling tonight. So what we'll probably do is catch up with the rest of the guys back at the hotel, and then grab a bite to eat probably.
Pizza Express.
Pizza.
They like Pizza Express.
And then.
That's the Italian roots.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And then just get ready, because I think we board the Channel Tunnel about 1 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, no, it's nice to have a day off in London.
You look quite happy these days. I know that the Cult are one of your favourite bands, your top 3. Have you met them before?
Yes, we did. GAN did a festival along with the Cult. Can't remember which year, but it was in Rock am Ring in Germany, and we'd met them there, and that was the first time we kind of met them. We also met them at the MTV Awards in 1994, where we picked up the best cover version for Word Up. But yeah, they're really, really nice guys, and it was nice to catch up with them again. But no, it's nice to have been invited onto the tour. I think they're very similar in the sort of style, music. You know, you can't really pigeonhole the Cult. You know, and I think that's the same with us. You know, you can't really, say that it's an out rock band or it's an out whatever. But you know, it's been good fun.
So there's a new album that came out recently, and it's Break the Silence. How has it been received?
It's been received to a lot of the critics and the media and stuff like that. It's been received very well. A lot of the online reviews that we've read in Classic Rock have gave it some great reviews of the album, and it's an album that we're very proud to come back with. We feel we had unfinished business, and we wanted to come back with a gun record that meant what we are now in 2012. So I think it's been great. You know, I mean, so we've had some great reviews, and the most important thing is the fans. They, who have commented on our website saying that how much they love this record. So we're very happy.
Can we say, you took quite a long break, and this is your first, let's say, full-length return and everything. How does it feel after all these years? Do you have the same inspiration when you write? Has it changed? And you're 10 years older and all.
Yeah.
What, inspiration-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, big time. I mean, I suppose we wrote our first album, Take On The World. It was more like, at the time we were probably listening to bands like Aerosmith, ZZ Top, AC/DC, Black Sabbath, and I think Jules and I we just love what's happening in music, even contemporary bands, bands like Foo Fighters, Killers, Black Keys, you know, Queens of the Stone Age,
Biffy Clyro.
Biffy Clyro. Yeah, I mean, we just listen to whatever's happening, and I think that's really important to be like that, you know, and listen to music that's happening now as well as in the past, you know. But I find ourselves, we both find ourselves, you know, listening to more what's happening musically now, and I think that's really good for inspiration, because it makes, I think it brings out a more contemporary feel. With this album, you know, it doesn't sound like an sort of old style Gun. It's more fresher. It could be a different band. Some people say it could be a different band, you know, and that's a good thing. But it still has all the sort of the Gun traits with the melodies and the hooks and stuff like that. So that's very reminiscent.
I think if we made a record like we did a long time ago, then it's not moving on with the times. You know, you left back. You know, and I think we try to appeal to younger fans and a newer audience as well as all our own fans. You know, so coming back after such a long time with a record that we've got means a lot to us, you know, because we want to, you know, not just our old fans, but our new fans too.
And judging from what you've seen at the gigs, from the crowd, from what you get on Facebook, are you being successful in that, in getting a new crowd as well as your old fans?
Yeah, just as the interview we were doing earlier on, you know, I was telling Malcolm Dome from Total Rock that the people who come and see the band now, you know, it's amazing that it's not just all the older fans. It's like there's younger kids out there who are really, and we've seen it at the concerts, who come up and you think, and you know there's 16, 17, 18-year-old kids but they really like their bands. Maybe their mother and fathers were like Gun away in the past, but they love the new sound of the band. And Malcolm paid us a good compliment, which we really like. He said that this band sounds like a young band, you know, and it's just the way we have written the records, you know, because as well as having all, you know, we like AC/DC's, Kiss, you know, Guns N' Roses, but we try to move with the sounds and the times. I think you have to.
Did you ever have one of the younger fans coming to you and say, I play guitar, I want to get into music, how do I do it? Asking for advice.
Oh, all the time. You always get young people and young musicians, and you know how did we go on to get a record deal? How did we, you know, survive to make, you know, albums and stuff? And the only advice I can give to any young band or young musician is to keep trying and keep believing that you want on your dream and achieve it, you know. And it's so difficult. There's so many doors that are closed, but if you keep chapping and keep banging down every door, one will open. You will get an opportunity, you will get a chance, and you have to take that chance with both hands. And, you know, so you really must give everything. It becomes, if you want to be you know, we had the Olympics in London here. All these guys who won the gold medals and the silver, you know, they work so hard. That doesn't come with, you know, sitting on your backside, or you have to. They all got their goal because they worked so hard and believed in it, and that goes for everything in life. You know, whether you want to be a footballer, a musician, an artist, you know, you have to work at it.
Do you find you've been promoting an album back in the 80s, mid-80s, 90s, and you've been promoting an album now, 2012, and obviously it's changed a lot, all the promotion instruments you've got available, different. Do you find it easier now? Do you find it more difficult, or do you think in a different way still about
what with promote?
Yeah,
I think with the power of Facebook, you can actually have a one-on-one, you know, with conversation with the fan straight off, you know, without anybody else coming in between it, you know. I think in those terms it is definitely much more helpful. But as far as, you know, like record companies and stuff like that, you know, it's very difficult for young bands to come through. They don't really last it, you know, unless you have a killer album. You know, it won't go any further with a record label. You know, back in the day when Gun first started out, we had like a 5-album deal. That just doesn't happen now. You know, that's the way. That was the thought process behind a record label. You know, and it made more sense. You know, because there was a lifespan. You know, you can nurture a band. You can, you know, their music, their songwriting gets better as they get older. You know, and you're building up a following as you go. You know. That doesn't happen anymore, you know. That it's one album, and if it doesn't work, then you're out, you know. But in saying that, you do have things like Facebook, Twitter, MySpace that the bands can then contact and get, you know, promote themselves, you know. And that's it.
I think it's so hard to achieve a record deal now because, like Dante says, you have to have record companies want to hear songs, like hit records and stuff like that. You know, and so many bands have kept trying and trying and trying. So the only way to let people out there hear the music is through internet, through MySpace, through Facebook, through Twitter, and I think it's good, you know. I think it's really good that bands can do that, and you see the amount of people who follow these bands, you know. It's great in that sense, but there's so many bands, there's so many musicians, it's very, very difficult, you know.
I find that because you can promote yourself, which is much cheaper than it used to be with the internet, everyone can put bands together and the other, and it's really hard for new bands getting noticed in this whole big.
Yeah. It's the same when it comes to some bands, you know, they can make little videos of themselves, record it and stick it on YouTube. So if it's a clever idea, people will watch it, you know, and it gets so many.
Do you find the fact that you already had a name for yourself made it easier to put this album out than if you were a completely new band?
Well, I think making this record now, we brought all our experience to making the record, you know, and people still see Gun or perceive Gun as an old band, you know, and that's fair enough, you know, because we are an older band, we're not, you know, a young 21-year-old band and stuff like that. So it doesn't really matter what people kind of what they say about Gun, you know. They just rather, you know, they just rather be, you know, it's a young man's or a young person's game, this being in a band, you know. It's all, you know, you be in your 20s and stuff like that, you know. Some people say, yes, should you have, maybe if you'd have changed your name, and, you know, people would have been new, it would have been fresher to other people's, but, you know, we have a good back catalogue of old songs that people out there still want to hear, and we have mixed that with a new record that we're really happy with, so we get the best of both worlds, you know, so
So this new record, for those who haven't heard any of it yet, what is it about? What's the best time in the day to listen to this album?
So, any point in the day. Driving your car in particular is probably a good one. Yeah.
I think it's a kind of summer album, you know. I believe, I think it's an album that you put on and you know, you drive in summer and it's nice and warm, you listen to some of those records that, you know, some of those songs that you
it's
know.
It's definitely not a uplifting album. Yeah. You know? It's definitely not.
A lot of it was kind of personal, you know, lyrics-wise with Dante, you know, because there's just things that was going through his life and his head, and that you know, that meant a lot to him to write about, you know.
Yeah, you could listen to this album at any point of the day.
But
I feel it's an album that you could probably listen to every song on because they're all so diverse, you know, and that was a conscious effort to make this album not just one song out of the album, you know, or 2 or 3 songs that you can listen to and then discard the rest. It was very important for us to have every song on this album very much and very different as well, different styles, you know. But then that's all, again, that's another gun trait from the past, you know, having a diverse album, very different each
Even
song.
now people can download just a song or they can download
Yeah,
an album.
well.
So if you have one good song or 2 good songs, no one's gonna take you
Yeah,
out.
well, that's true.
That's true. Yeah.
So I think it's very important, you know, if you're going to do an album, you've got to make every song sound great, you know, and not just like your singles or whatever, which you do see, you know.
So what, like you don't have a personal favourite?
Me
Mm.
on this album, the current single "No Substitute" is one of my favourite songs. I just love the feel of it. I just love the sound of it, the way it moves. It's a very moving song, and it's one of my favourite ones to sing actually live, you know, as well. So yeah, it's No Substitute.
For me, I really like Lost and Found. I think it's we always kind of wanted a song that was like kind of T-Rex, you know, because we're big T-Rex fans, you know, and the way it kind of worked out, the recording process of it was so fun, you know. We had proper string arrangements in it, you know, that Dave Aringa, who produced the record, he's like, we'll put some real live strings on the song, and you know, and he kind of, you know, like could see where because he produced a lot of the Manic Street Preacher stuff, and you could see where he was coming from, you know. But it's a great song to play live. It's a great song to record, you know, and it's one of the songs that really I mean, I like all the album, but it's one that kind of really sticks out for me, you know.
Okay, guys, what's next for Gam then? When are we going to see you live again, Randy?
Well, we go back on this tour with the Cult. We do it 5 days, I think, or something, and then we come back, and I think we may be going back to Germany, where our label is based in Hamburg, and I think we're going to do 6 shows over there. Then Spain and Scandinavia are great territories for Gun. I think we may go there, you know, and then there'll be a British tour that we'll need to put together as well. So there's still a lot to do, and plus in the process of all that, Dante and I, you know, we'll be writing a lot of new songs, new ideas for the next record, you know.
Good.
Because we're going to make another record, absolutely.
That's good to hear.
No, it's brilliant.
Is touring as much fun as it used to be, or you're a bit more tired now?
It gets a bit of time, but we've got a really nice bus just now, where it's great because, you know, you can sit up to all times in the morning, you know, and you just...
Yeah, that's the problem. I think that's the problem. The tour buses make us stay up all night and just not getting any sleep.
But you have long lies and long sleep and stuff like that.
We sleep all day and you know, sleep all day and just stay awake all night. That's what it's like, just listening to music and getting drunk.
Let's put it this way, we're not 21 anymore, so we just kind of...
It's fun in a different way, is it?
Yeah, it's quite funny, conversations. I remember way back in the day, we used to have conversations about what girls we liked at the gig and how much booze we were going to drink, and you know, and having you know, just basically the way as a kid would talk at that age, you know. Now we talk about what's your favourite pasta, you know, what kind of dinner are you going to go for, you know, what drink do you like? I don't mind that, you know, what do you like to eat with, what drink do you like to drink with your dinner, and all this, you know, so it's kind of...
Very mature.
Changed days.
Yeah, you go from a full night on JD and Coke to a nice meal with wine and maybe a lot of wine.
Absolutely.
Or you have a Meister at the end.
That's it, you know, we talk about, you know, healthy diet, food and stuff like that, you know, it's a completely changed days from
Yeah, what
we've
a
had
drink prolongs life.
Okay, guys, it's lovely talking to you.
Lovely to talk to you.
Look forward to see you live.
Really nice to talk to
And
you.
I'm glad there's going to be an album coming up. Any last message for your fans?
Just thank you so much.
Thank you so
for
much.
everyone at Sonic Rocks
For
for supporting the band. And we hope to see you very soon at a show coming up.
and keep checking us out
And Gun Official.
on official Facebook, and the ones who still don't have the album, check it out because it's a great record.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.